Today, Precarious plays
Chrono Trigger. Oh, there's a little guy.
One of the three little guys from before? Okay.
Yeah, I want to save.
Okay, go save. Immediate retreat. We're backpedaling.
Here is the save spot. It was right in the middle. Yeah, it was just like right here.
Are there any enemy groups in the way?
I don't think so. I mean, they're small.
Delightful.
Yeah. Not memorable ones.
What? Ouch. Ouch. That hurt worse than the first time you killed them. Probably.
On the flip side of grumping about teachers being, like, at the limits of their strength to deal with children.
Mm-hmm.
I did have a marvelous experience one time when I witnessed a kid in my grade. I witnessed a kid in my grade bullying other kids. And I called him stupid later in front of a lot of people, and he got embarrassed and told on me for calling him stupid. And
I love that kind of person.
Yeah, and in front of the class. So, like, it happened at recess, and I was like, you were being stupid and mean. And, like, we were all coming back in, and he got embarrassed because I told him he was stupid and mean to his face in front of people.
Mm-hmm.
And so then he told the teacher, and she's like, she called me stupid. And she was like, well, that wasn't very nice. And I'm like, yeah, but he was being stupid. And she's like, well, explain the situation. I'm like, he was being mean to the little kids that we were having recess with. He wouldn't let them play with us. And she was like, well, that was not very nice either. He was being stupid. And she's like, now everybody sit the hell down because I'm a grade school teacher and I'm tired and y'all need to know math. You know? And it was resolved very quickly. And that kid was thoroughly embarrassed, which I can't properly feel bad about because he was being stupid. She was like, don't call him stupid anymore. That's not good. I mean, that is an accurate representation of what happened, but fall and you'll have to start over. Great.
Just try walking, because I'm assuming that the wind is going to start blowing you. Yeah. Yeah,
but walking is a good sturdy. It's sturdy. I like it. Oh, okay. Oh. We have to fight an egg every time we do this.
Can you quickly kill it with auto battle?
Yeah.
It's fine then. Okay, so I want a couple of things to follow up to that story and the story I told last episode. School teachers have it rough.
Yeah, to be fair.
I would say especially elementary school teachers.
Mm-hmm.
I think that probably the people that have it hardest are elementary and high school grades. Middle school is, I feel like it's probably the softball of teaching, because like high school is the time when you have to start being afraid of some of your students.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's when like a lot of they're basically adult scale, most of them. You know, and it's like, oh, this angry young man that I've insulted might follow me to my car and beat me.
Yeah.
That's when you have to start worrying about that kind of crap, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then elementary school, it's like, oh, this angry young boy doesn't know that he's not supposed to beat me, like lash out with fists and feet
and bites
and roll around the ground, flipping desks and chairs and junk.
Yeah.
So I know that they have it hard, but that it's a problem whenever you have otherized your students to the point that it feels like there's some sort of collective, and taking out your frustration, the frustrations that you feel towards one of them will somehow like equally impact all of them. You know what I mean? And that's what that feels like it was. It's like one of my other students did something and I wasn't able to punish them properly, so I'm gonna I'm gonna take this other one to task
Yeah.
to somehow like
Make an example.
or, like balance the sheets, you know?
Yeah.
Balance the scorecard that I've invented. Frog is getting a little unhealthy.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
But to contrast, so the ultimate resolution of that story, I should mention, I was focusing on like the negative part.
Mm-hmm.
My 4th grade teacher, the one that had to assign me a punishment while the other lady just like stood there and fetishistically watched.
Yeah.
She was not like her eyes were kind of like half lidded and she looked a little bored, and the way she was talking about it, she looked at me and she was like, okay, well, what did you do? And I said I was really broken up about it because I was not a bad child, you know?
Yeah.
This was like the one time that I was in trouble in 4th grade, you know, which is why it made such an impact.
It happened once.
But she was like, well, what do you think is fair? And I thought about it and I was like, probably have to set out recess. And she was like, okay, well, like how long? Like what seems fair? And then I thought about it and I was like, well, I don't want to say her name. I remember the teacher's name, but it's like Miss Teacher, Miss 5th grade teacher here seems really mad about it. So a couple of days, I guess. I mean, she stopped. This is what I'm paraphrasing, but this is just the kind of kid I was.
You were like, I'm really screwed up here.
She stopped her entire class in the hall, so this must be really important to her. So probably a couple of days. And my 4th grade teacher's response was, this afternoon, just this afternoon will be fine. And it was, in hindsight, as an adult, I see like the hilarity of it.
Yeah.
Because I see like the strategy that she was employing. She just wanted that other teacher out of her classroom and out of her hair because there was like a timeout zone for our recess where we had to like, it was like a little 2 or 3 foot wall next to the building. So we had to sit on the wall to set out recess. Mm-hmm. And I'd been there for maybe 3 minutes. Maybe 3 minutes. And she was like, you can go.
And you're like, well,
well, that's when I started to get it. I started to understand that I started to get that it was performative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and we're back. No? Oh, we're in a new zone.
Ooh, don't like this though.
That's an extra one.
If we fall, do we have to start over?
I don't know.
I think this is the 3rd one.
Oh yeah, it is. Hey, friend. Push the shell, climb the shell. Push the shell, climb the shell. Where is a shell?
Down. Down again to get whatever's in the box.
Yeah, for sure. Ooh, and whatever's in that save point. Dark Helm. Oh.
Maybe frog? It sounds like heavy armor.
Yeah.
Hey,
let's do that.
Okay.
Okay.
And now, don't forget to use a shelter if you need it.
Yes.
That's sort of borderline. You still have 18.
Oh boy. We are on the same brain path.
It's because we've both been well fermented in childhood, in bitter childhood memories. Man, I don't know if I've told this story on the show before. But it's a good one. Speaking of like school stories.
Yeah.
I've been doing this, what we're doing here.
Yeah.
Since way before it was like a thing to do. Have I told you this story before?
Well, you have not told me this story, but I think that I can vouch for like some of that behavior because...
Oh, no. I did... I'm going to just go ahead and call it. I did the world's... Well, no, I think that the world's first Let Us Play was definitely in an arcade, you know?
Again? Yeah.
Like that was just sort of like the arcade experience. Did Protect help before, or
yes.
it's attacks magical?
Now I'm not sure.
Go ahead and...
I think it did help because I remember having to heal less.
Okay. Go ahead and probably start with a slurpy kiss.
A slurpy kiss.
No, I don't like it when you say it that way. Take it back.
Okay.
I would like to return this phrase, or this inflection, maybe? This cadence. Listen, I want to return this language. When I was in first grade, we had show and tell. Mm-hmm. My great-grandfather was very tech-savvy and was very interested in technology. He had imagine like a multi-headed monster VCR. Mm-hmm. It was a VCR with two cassette slots, right? Mm-hmm. VCR was a format where it was like a reel-to-reel
like tape, like literal tape.
It was I was trying to think of a different word other than film. I could not get over film. Thank you.
Magnetic tape that ran between two spools and then had something reading it.
Yes, and it would convey image and sound. I think it was functionally like the predecessor to... It was sort of like the last step before like laser-based media, like CDs and DVDs. Mm-hmm. So it was this two capacity VCR, and it could record from a television and it could copy to a writable cassette.
Yeah.
Is that just what the brick was called?
Video cassette.
Video cassette.
VCR. VCT. VCR. VCR is a video cassette recorder, and VCT was a video cassette.
Is that the
tape.
format? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it could write to VCT, and it could capture footage from a television. And I was so excited about my N64 and Star Fox 64 that I recorded the first level, which I should mention is not long, right?
Yeah.
And I had a little speech prepared to go with it. And it was incredibly disappointing, but my first grade teacher was like not on board for the whole presentation.
Yeah.
And it was so frustrating because she cut me off like...
Why is that still there?
Fun and profit? Can you interact with it?
I'm not touching that.
But what if it has something good on the inside?
Like what?
Cream?
No.
Peanut butter?
Oh, wait. Push the shell, climb the shell.
Push the shell, climb the shell. Oh. Try walking, see if you can find sort of center mass. There it is.
There it was. Push the shell. And there are the steps. Climb the shell. What? Cream.
Or peanut butter.
I would accept peanut butter. There we go.
Delicious jam.
There we go.
Did it. Box. You missed it.
Oh.
Go back, get that box. So my teacher cut me off like about a minute and a half before the end. And you know how frustrating it is whenever like you're about to finish something and then somebody who's fed up with it is like, no, this is where I draw the line.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of drawing the line, this is where we draw the line of mortality.
This is it. The summit of Death Peak. Let me adjust my glasses. You who fear the night and fight the coming of darkness, lend us strength. Here is an egg.
Chrono. The pendant's reacting.
Oh. Okay. Do we get our friend back so quickly? I suppose that if we didn't have a walkthrough, we'd be doing a lot more wandering around.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say.
Oops.
Nah,
Is that
it's probably
bad?
fine. No, it's good.
It shattered.
You can't make a space-time omelet without breaking a few Chrono Trigger eggs.
No, what use was it to come so far?
Do not despair. It was foolish to think we could cheat death. Ribbit.
Chrono walks up and he's like, hey guys. Chrono, say something. Don't just ignore us.
Ooh.
Peekaboo. I just wanted to light up with his face like the God in Monty Python and the Holy Grail. He just like pops out from the clouds.
Oh
and
yeah, this scene is really cool.
Ooh.
Just Isla move? Like stone statues, an unsettling sight.
The Chrono Trigger. The Guru's time egg. Those are our past selves. We're really back right at that instant. Alright, we're just gonna borrow.
And now you know what you need the Doppeldoll for.
I'm just gonna do a switchy do.
Yep.
And
It is
gonna pose him, which we practiced doing in the tent. We practiced the surprise. Here it is.
This is such a
We've got to hurry.
It's such a silly technicality.
Yes, it really is.
I'd remain here no longer than we must. Let us be gone.
This silly shit is endearing. Normally I wouldn't stand for this, but because of the art style and all of the rest of the silly shit in this game, I like it.
Hurry, take Chrono.
Like, just frogs running animation makes this acceptable.
Well, it's kind of sweet. It's kind of nice that it's like, oh yeah, to save someone from death, you just need a perfect stand-in for that individual in the moment where they were gonna die. Like, it makes a certain kind of like storybook logic, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it feels like a myth, which is I appreciate.
Chrono, it's about time.
But tis. Good one,
right?
Luca.
I know, right?
Good one, Luca. No worse for the wear, I trust.
I've been dead. This is weird. My hair is on. Oh, this is nice. You big dummy.
Pushes him off the cliff.
You wouldn't believe what we had to go through for you. Eggs. That's all I'm saying. Eggs.
All these eggs. There was a time egg and there were these blood eggs.
No omelets I would ever eat.
Aw.
That's cute. You mess up like that again, you'll have to get yourself out of it. You better learn how to unkill yourself right this minute. That's so sweet. We had such a terrible time without you. Marley was, and so then and even I. Hey, you listening, Chrono? I really can't stand you, you know.
Baka, and then shoves him off the cliff.
We're gonna get married today.
I had never even considered that Luca might have a crush on Chrono.
Really?
Really? Yeah.
It's not remotely obvious from like them being best friends and her like trying to do experiments on them. Like that's how this starts. He and Luca like hang. And Chrono thinks very highly of Luca. Luca's described as his smartest, like his like smart friend. Like he has a cool smart friend.
Can you talk to Chrono right now?
I wonder.
Oh, but Chrono doesn't speak for himself.
Good lord. Somebody put some personality in this doll. Are you sure we brought back the living one? Like, for Pete's sake.
Harsh!
Ugh.
Boy, the hits just don't stop with you. Man.
Look, if they, like... This...
No, red card. I'm calling it. Red card. Boop. That's a whistle. I made a whistle noise.